Hey everyone, this is Mr. Molo with lesson 7-4, equations with many solutions or no solutions. So remember these, we're pretty much going to solve just how we've been solving. And then when we get to the end, the x's and y's, or the x's are going to cancel. And so we're just going to basically be looking at the numbers. So if the numbers are the same on each side of the equal sign, it's going to be a many solution. And if they're different on each side of the equal sign, it's going to be a no solution. So it doesn't matter what number they are. It could be something like, like 2 equals 2 or 5 equals 5, as long as they're both the same number, it's still going to be a many solution. And then same thing goes for no solutions. If you end up with different numbers, then it's going to be a no solution. So let's look at some of these examples I have done for us. So here we have 4x minus 3 and 2x plus 13. So here, this is just going to be a normal problem, and I can already tell that because my x's are different. I have a 4x and a 2x. Remember, no solutions, many solutions. You're only going to get those when the x's are the same. And I already know 4x and 2x aren't the same. And so remember here we really have 4 options for our first step. I could subtract 4x from each side. I could add 3 to each side. I could subtract 2x from each side. I could subtract 13 from each side. So any of those are fine options for our first step. So really we got those 4 options. Here we can see the book chose to add 3 to each side. So those cancel. And then 3 plus 13 is 16 there. And then here it's a plus 2x, so subtracted 2x from each side. 4x minus 2x is 2x. And so we still have that 16. So 2x equals 16. Divide both sides by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So it's pretty much a normal problem we've been doing in class. So you still will get a couple of these on the homework where it's normal one solution. The one solution is 8. So that still exists. Don't just think because it has many and no solution problems that the one solution problems went away. They did not. All right, so here I have 4x minus 5 on the left side of the equal sign, so that's good. And then here on the right side, I got some distributing to do. So I have 2, and then in parentheses, 2x minus 1. So remember, we got to distribute that. And at the end, I have a minus 3. So here I'm going to distribute 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. And then right away, I could tell this is going to be one of those many solutions or no solutions because I have a 4x and a 4x on both sides. So I can tell in a minute that they're going to end up canceling out. So first thing they're going to do is put the negative 2 and negative 3 together to get negative 5. And so once those 4x's and 4x's cancel, they're left with negative 5 equals negative 5. So since it's true, negative 5 does equal negative 5. This is going to be one where it's a many solution. If it was negative 5 pretty much equals any other number, it's going to be a no solution. So most of us probably could have stopped right here. Once you see 4x minus 5 and 4x minus 5, then you could see everything's the same. So you can kind of see that it's going to be a many solution, but the book worked it out one more step. All right, let's look at some of these your turns. Okay, so here they said use the properties of equality to simplify each equation. Tell whether the final equation is a true statement. Okay, so they have 2x plus 1 equals 5x minus 8. So pretty much is it going to be a 1 or a many solution versus a no solution. So here if we solve here, so I'm going to subtract 2x from each side, and I'm going to add 8 to each side, so it's a minus 8, and it was a positive 2x. So I end up with 9 equals 3x. Divide both sides by 3, divide both sides by 3, and x is 3. So yes, it is a true statement. Kind of weird to say for a one solution problem, but yes, x does equal 3. That is true. All right, same thing here. We're going to end up distributing first. So I get 12x. 3 times 3 is 9, minus 2. And then on the right side, it's already simplified for us. 12x plus 7. And then I have that 9 minus 2 I need to take care of first. And 9 minus 2 is 7. And again, like I said on the last problem, most of us could probably stop here and realize they're the same. 12x plus 7 does equal 12x plus 7. So it is absolutely true. So another one that's going to be true because this one's going to end up being many solutions. But then on this last one, I have 3x plus 9 equals 5 plus 3x. Well, my 3x's are the same. So I have 3x and 3x. But then after I cancel those out, I get negative 9 equals 5. Well, negative 9 does not equal 5. They are not the same. So this one's going to be a false problem. That is not true. Negative 9 does not equal 5. So you have a couple of these on the homework where it's just asking you, is it true? Yes, x plus 3, or x equals 3. That's true. Yes. So these would cancel. We would get 7 equals 7. Yep, that's true. Here we get negative 9 equals 5. That is not true. Negative 9 does not equal 5. So that one would be our false one. And then down here, there's a couple more examples. So here it tells us, tell whether it has 1, 0, or infinitely many solutions. And remember, we usually abbreviate that with IMS. Okay, so remember, we're pretty much looking at the x's to see if they're going to be the same. If they're not the same, then we know it's a 1 solution. And especially for these, it doesn't even want us to solve it for it. It just wants us to say if it's 1, 0, or many solutions. So here, I can tell on number 6, I have a 3x and an x. Well, right away, I know that they're different. This is a 3x, this is a 1x. So they're not the same. So that's going to be a 1 solution. If I end up solving up for it, it would end up giving me something like x equals 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Okay. Second one, they try to trick you because there's some distributing to go on here. So let me do some work over here. So I get 8x plus 4 equals, and then after I distribute this, 4 times 2 is 8. So 8x, 4 times 1 is 4. So I end up with 8x plus 4 again. So 8x plus 4 equals 8x plus 4. They are exactly the same. So it ends up being an infinitely many solutions. Okay. Here it says complete each equation so that the indicated number of, so it has the indicated number of solutions. So they want this one to have no solutions. So our x is already the same. So 3x and 3x. So pretty much I have to make sure that they want a no solution for this one. So it equals 1. So if I have pretty much any number besides 1, it's going to be a no solution. You have a couple of these on your homework, and I think the homework on the PMT wants you to put 0 in. So put in a 0 there, or I think actually leave it blank because it doesn't want the 0. And then here, infinitely many solutions. So 2x minus 4 equals 2x minus, and since it wants it to be many, that means both sides need to be the same. So this side has a 2x and this side has a 2x. This side has a minus 4, so this side needs a minus 4. So that the only one that could be there would be that minus 4. Okay, let's look at a couple more of those that are actually on the homework. Okay, so here, whoops. If I look at something like number 10, here I know I have 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 1 is 2, and I know I want it to have many solution. So we got to figure out there's no x's over here. I got a 4, I got a 1, negative 1, I got a 2. I got to figure out how many x's I need on this side. So here I have a 2x and a 6x. That's going to make 8x. So somehow I need to get 8x over on the right side so that this ends up with a many solution. Well, I know it's going to be multiplied by 4. So 4 times what is going to give me that 8x. So this is one where you got to do some kind of in-depth thinking there and make that a 2x. So now if I multiply that out, 4 times 2x will give me 8x. So I'd have 8x on the left side from 2 plus 6, and I have 8x on the right side in the 4 times 2. Okay, and let's do one more. Number 12 also wants us to have infinitely many solutions. So now the whole parenthesis is missing. So not only do I have to figure out what x to put in there, but I also need to figure out what kind of number to put in there. So let's simplify this left side first. So I have a negative x plus 8 equals 4x. Okay, and I got to get my x's together. So that's going to give me, whoops, plus 4x, not equals 4x. So that's going to give me 3x plus 8. Okay, so somehow I need to get to 3x plus 8. And we already know it equals x over here, or there's a plus x over here. So you know what, I'm just going to end up minusing that x right away now. So now I know I need to get 2x plus 8. So I subtracted that x on that right side. So I know I have a 2, and I need to figure out what's inside my parentheses if I want it to be a 2x plus 8. Well, in order to go from 2 to 2x, I'm going to need an x there. And in order to go from 2 to 8, I'm going to need to multiply by 4. So this is x plus 4. And then same thing on the homework. If they ask you, for like a no solution, then, x plus 3 works, x plus 2 works, x plus 1 works. Pretty much any number but x plus 4.